Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully that's not too loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Woo. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bit of a cough you're going to have to deal with too. All right. I think we're back. And hopefully your audio sounds correct now, right? Yeah, good. So here's what I had to do. I forgot that I installed an update on that computer, and I did not reboot the computer. So that is probably what the problem was. So I also didn't like the sound of the hollow, just built-in microphone of the camera, so I do have a lavalier on. So if the sound goes out, try to let me know, and I will be trying to pay attention to that. So these are my 3 investigators that I was talking about earlier. I gotta find them all. Rita is a runner. Where is Rita the runner? Oh, there she is. Let's make Rita purple. How do I know Rita is a runner? Because she was an athlete, is what it says. So there's Rita. There's Joe Diamond. And last but not least, I will do Amanda Sharp, who's also another tricky one, because there are several of them that look like the figures are not labeled anywhere, so that becomes a bit frustrating. So if you're not sure who you have, where's she at? Oh yeah, Brad, if you're watching, feel free to come over if you want to get in on this game. I don't know if Brad's watching or not. Sometimes he watches these live streams. Amanda Hug and Kiss. I'm looking for Amanda Hug and Kiss. Ah, that's Min. I don't want Min. I'm just going to go with this one, I think. Ooh, that one kind of expanded. I'm just going to go with that one for that figure. You'll be able to see it, hopefully, on the stream. Yes, Mojo is running around somewhere, being a turd. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll hear him throughout the piece. So, let us put these cards back. And let's start the investigator, or let's select our investigator. So we have Amanda, we have, let's make sure where they're all at, Joe Diamond, and we have Rita Young. So those are our 3 items, our 3 characters that we are going to check out. Get some starting items. Here's the other thing that it's really cool. One of our spoilerites sent these to me. He sent me a bunch of 3D printable plans for storage cases for this. So I can just go in real quickly and have access to terrors and damage and all the other cards and pieces in this game, which is nice. Although on this table it does get a little crazy. So I'm going to spread these guys out. Whoop. fact, I can get rid of my investigators since I don't need them, these extra ones. And at some point I need to upload the oh, nope, that's not her. At some point I need to upload the new Critical Hit episode. I mean, it's ready to go, but you guys can wait a little bit longer. So here we go with our investigators down here at the bottom. Each investigator gets 2 clue tokens, as we can see. And if you guys know Mansions of Madness 2.0, if you know this game and you see me doing something wrong or not quite right, then by all means, just let me know. Let's see. We also, you know, I've played this game this storyline multiple times, and so when I see some of these things, it gets me a little nervous about what's coming up. Now, the other nice thing is that in all of the times that I have played this game, there's bandages. We get bandages. We get a, what else are we getting? Candles. No, King in Yellow is going to go for quite a while. It's going to go for almost 2 months by the time it's done. It'll be done at end of February, somewhere around there. Let's see, candles. Where's my candles at? If you hear shouting and screaming, it is my kids as they get ready for bed. There are candles. We need a crowbar. A trusty crowbar is always good. I think I'm going to give the crowbar to Rita. Yeah, they're out of shot now. Let me get set up with everything, then I'll move some things around to see where we're at with everything. Where the heck is the crowbar? Might help if I put these back in alphabetical order, but that would be too much, wouldn't it? There's the crowbar. We need the Elder Sign pendant. There's the Elder Sign pendant, and we need the spells Instill Bravery. And these are a collection of spells. Spoiler warning's in effect for this, so if you guys don't want to know what happens, by all means, turn away now before this game gets too far out of hand. Because yeah, this will reveal basically the storyline for this game, for this scenario of the game. The other thing is that even though the maps will change from system to system, you do something else here. The storyline remains the same. There, that'll brighten things up a little bit. Right. Maybe too much, who knows? I also want to make sure that these are in a place where I can actually see them. So I don't want to get too far away from everything. So I think I'm going to give Instill Bravery to Amanda. Now you won't be able to see everything that goes on. I'm giving the crowbar to Rita. I'm also going to give, I think I'm going to give the bandages to Joe Young and the Elder Sign pendant to Joe, and I will give the candles to Amanda. Amanda Sharp. All right, we can now begin this scenario. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, but I mean, you can read it. Are you not liking the king in yellow there? Percodan man. Isn't that Crystal? Yeah, I'm betting you can't hear that audio, which is not great. I mean, because they have some good audio in this. Whoops. Definitely don't want to do that. All right, now we can get into the go to the mansion. Ooh. Now I kind of get excited. As I said, the storyline is the same throughout all of the, every time you play this. Now you'll encounter different monsters, and depending on how you go through the story, you will encounter different elements of the mystery. But the one thing that has surprised me time and time again is a different map. I have gotten a different map each time I've played this game, and I think that is rather cool. I like this one. This is a nice big mansion. All right. So we're going to put all of our investigators right in here. And we're going to start dropping off some clue tokens. There's another one over here. Whoops. One right up here. A mysterious painting of a nighttime landscape looms over the lobby staircase. That's kind of cool. And then we have a door right here that we can explore. Oh, I did print out some little little door tokens. I don't know if that will help or hurt this experience. And what do I need? A shelf stacked with books. A barricade, if needed. So there we go. And then we have 3 other doors. A door. A door. And a door. I think those are kind of cute, little doors. I don't know if you guys can see those really well, but might help. And now we get into the investigator phase. And so investigators can do 2 actions per turn. So that includes like move, investigate, explore, evade, attack, a whole bunch of things. For a move action, you can move up to 2 squares. So if you look here, you'll see that the characters start in a space that extends all the way up here to the painting at the top of the stairs, and then there's another set of squares here and another set of squares here, and then here and here. So an investigator could, on their turn, if they want to, go and explore this, and they haven't even moved yet, right? But let's say that this character did want to move. This character could move 1 space here, or they could go 1 space over here. But this room right now is not set up for 2-space movement from what I can see on this, which means that an investigator could, let me readjust this. An investigator could, if they wanted to, explore and move. That would be their 2 moves. That's about all they could do in this. So it kind of is limiting on this first square. But I think what we need to do is I'm going to have Amanda move 1, and then she's going to examine this stuff here on this table. And a disheveled pile of papers sits on the table. I shall search that. Papers stacked on the tables are invitations marked with today's date. The stars have come round to their positions in the cycle of eternity. The Vanderbilt Astronomy Association cordially invites you to a celebratory evening. Gain 1 clue, then discard this token. So Amanda is going to gain another clue, and we're going to go ahead and discard this token. Now she has done her move action, and she has done her search action, so her turn is done. So I'll just flip that over so I know what's going on. For Joe, I think I'm going to have him, well, examine this up here at the top of the stairs. So that's a search. That's an action. Shadowy figures can be seen amidst the landscape. However, something in the stars catches your interest. I'm going to roll lore, and Stupid Joe's lore is only 3, which is not the best for Dumb Joe. I need him to be kind of an all-around guy. So I get to roll 3 dice. And I only have 1, and I cannot spend any clue tokens. So I'm going to add 1 and confirm. And your recollection of the constellations is hazy, but something about this painting rubs you the wrong way. There must be a detail you're missing. Yeah, Joe, you're missing it because you didn't pass your check. So that was my search. I'm going to go ahead and move over here. And that basically concludes Joe's action because I can't do anything else because I searched that painting. Now it's time for Rita. Now Rita has something that's kind of interesting on hers. Rita can actually move 3 spaces on her turn. So she could actually, and let's see if we can do this, go 1 move. She's going to open this door right here as her second action. Now, the other thing is you can actually interrupt a move action and then continue the move action after you're done. So that's what she's going to do here. So I will, a ruckus can be heard on the other side of this door shouting, the crash of pots and pans. And is that hissing? So I will explore this, and we get a giant kitchen. So now, out of all of these tokens, I need to find the kitchen token, or the kitchen board piece. And the other thing that's kind of frustrating about this is that these tiles are double-sided. So I'm actually having to search both sides, which is kind of infuriating. But if you are going to try to limit the amount of space required to store this game, double-sided is nice, and Fantasy Flight did a great job in organizing this. Here we go. So here is our kitchen. Get rid of my door token. Door swings open to reveal a dining room in chaos. An aging man in a tailcoat scrambles through the door into the kitchen as he tries to escape a strange black creature writhing on the dining room table. Discard this explore token and place the dining room tile, which we've done. Now I need to find our... Oh, a creature turns to face you. Where'd it go? Here it is. Its black serpentine body shifts and changes. playing tricks on your eyes as you try to focus on it. The creature unfurls its leathery wings and unleashes a blood-curdling screech. Spawn a haunting horror as indicated, then suffer 2 horror will negates. So, here we have a haunting horror. It's going to spawn right there. Oh, scary. Okay, now, just because I opened the door, Rita has to roll her will to see if she's going to suffer any horrors. And her and for every successful will she rolls, it will negate one of those horrors. And oh wow, 100%, 4 successes, so she gets 0 horrors, which is good. So we'll continue. The center dining room table is a carving knife. It sits embedded in a roast. Well, that's good. So we'll place a knife here on the table. Investigator can pick up an item in his space as part of the trade action, which is one of those actions that you can perform on your turn. There's also a search token. A china cabinet stands against the wall, though it looks to have been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks. Place a search token as indicated. I don't know who's in the chat. I see a couple of you are in the chat. I don't know if you find this interesting at all or not. Crystal, you never answered my question if you were enjoying Yellow King or not. Or, I'm sorry, Yellow Light or not. And then we have another search token. You can see a kitchen through another doorway. Most of the cabinets are ajar. I thought they were cabinets. One has been locked shut with a chain catches your attention. Place a search token as indicated. Okay. And then another search token. You can also see someone has left the refrigerator open. Oh, way to go, refrigerator. Water leaks out into a puddle on the floor. Place a search token as indicated. And then we have our NPC, the butler. Trying to find them in all my NPC tokens. There he is. He is right there. You spot an old man you saw flee into the kitchen, huddling in the corner behind the oven. Sweat beads off his brow and his eyes bulge in terror. Place a person token as indicated. This is Eugene, the butler, who called us up at the beginning of the adventure. I know a little bit of that is cut off. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. How is that? Waiting for your copy of the game. Good. It's a fun game. And this is the one that they have you start out with. So here's the interesting thing. Rita Young had only performed one tile of her move action before it was interrupted with the by opening the door, by using that explore. I may move one space into the explored area. I'm not sure that that counts as part of my move action, but we'll move in here anyway. And there is a haunting horror here. I have basically completed my 2 actions that I can do in this step. If Rita wants to move past the haunting horror into the space over here, she would need to try to evade the monster, but she can't do that because she's used her actions. And so she's going to have to stop right there, and that should wrap up all of the investigator options for this round. Oh, don't worry, it's going to get, Yellow light gets more and more interesting as we go on. Now we go into the Mythos phase. The air is tinted with an unnameable color. No immediate effects. Oh, that's nice. Oh, the haunting horror moves 3 spaces towards the investigator within range with the lowest agility. And let's see, it does say the haunting horror moves 3 spaces toward the investigator within range with the lowest agility. Now, range is within 3 squares, so technically 1, 2, 3 is within range, and Amanda does have the lowest agility out of all of these, so it says it attacks that investigator. So, I'm following this literally. You know, technically, you would think that it would attack Rita, but if it says it moves 3 spaces towards the investigator with the lowest agility, it has to move towards Amanda, which is fine, I guess. And then the monster attacks. The creature flies past you with maddening swiftness. Suffer 2 damage. Agility negates, and again, Amanda has 3 agility. Whoops. I have 2 clues here, and Amanda has 3 clue tokens. I'm just going to go ahead and spin those. Probably not the wisest idea, but I'm going to spin those so that these can be turned into successes so that I don't suffer any damage. And then the monster moves 2 spaces towards the foyer, or the foyer. And we're in the foyer, but I'm going to go ahead and move it 1 space towards the door. And now each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button to continue. And so the only thing that is within range that can resolve this horror check is the haunting horror. And so Amanda is within range, Joe is within range, 1, 2, and I'm pretty sure range does not extend through doors. If anybody can tell me differently, I would certainly appreciate it. Because I don't think it goes through doors, in which case Rita would be safe. The creature rattles deep in its throat, then begins to speak in a clear, unambiguous words. The last words of its many victims, one after the other, suffer 3 horror will negates. Which is good, because if this is just Joe and Amanda, we might be okay. Let's see. All right, I rolled 3 successes, so Amanda does not have any horrors she has to deal with. And Joe's will is also 3. I guess Amanda's is 4. Joe, you dumb. Joe only had 1 success, so he suffers 2 horrors. So the first horror for Joe says, your heart races and your breath catches in your throat. Resolve immediately, no additional effects. Then flip this card down. And the other horror that he's going to suffer, because he had 1 success, says, you scream and scream and scream. You slap yourself as hard as you can, hoping to break the cycle. Resolve immediately. Flip 1 damage face up, then flip this card face down. Joe does not have any damage, so he is okay. So, if we're going by the fact that range does not include through doors, okay, so yes, range doesn't count through walls and doors, so attack the investigator in his space. He would also attack both of those guys. So, now we're done in the Mythos phase, and we're back to the investigator phase. So, let us the creature only attacked, so in regards to that attack, the creature only attacked Amanda, but the horror check is for everyone within range, and that would be 3 squares, and so that would be Joe and Amanda in that case. So Joe, there's no wall between Joe and Amanda, or wherever this is, because this would be attached this way and attached this way. But Rita is safe. So I'm going to flip these over so we know whose turn it is. All right, so then the next thing that would happen is we get to select who goes first. And I think we should just kill this monster. I know it's kind of a waste of characters' space, or of locations. But again, Rita can move 3 spaces. I'm going to have her go 1, 2, which is 2 spaces. And I'm going to have her attack the monster with her crowbar. And so Rita is using a heavy weapon. A terrible fury grips you and you hurl yourself at the creature, heedless of your own safety. Strength, and I have to have a success of 2. Rita, we are going to be rolling 5 dice. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. I only needed 2. If you pass, your attack catches the creature off guard and your blows seem to strike with incredible force. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results. The weapon, the crowbar, is got a 2, and so it's going to suffer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, and she has killed this haunting horror. Okay, so it tells us to move Eugene. So that would be Rita's turn. Good job, Rita. Ah, okay, I see what you're saying. So it would have just stayed with Rita and attacked her. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Makes sense. Although I was going by the... yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Perfect. Doesn't matter. Killed our creature. Rita may not be in the best place, but she's okay. I think I'm going to do... Amanda next. Going to have her go 1, 2 for her move action. And then this goes over here on this square. I'm just going to have her go ahead and move into here as her second move action and be done. And then Joe's going to move in 1. He's going to take the knife. And because that interrupted his move action, he's going to continue into the second space right over there. So now we should be done with everyone's actions. So now we can go into the Mythos phase. The air suddenly grows stale. The Mythos event affects each investigator in the dining room. Oh, 2 people in the dining room. Well, that's the kitchen tile. Yeah, that's the dining room. So 2 investigators this will affect. So I will resolve the event. Bracing your hands on your knees, you gasp for breath. Strength with successes of 2. So Amanda has a strength of 3. And she has 2 successes. Good job. Joe has a strength of 4. And he succeeds. If you pass, cool air fills your chest and you continue with determination. Back to the investigator phase. Okay, I'm going to just flip everybody back over. Probably should have given the knife to Amanda, but that's okay. So Amanda, one of her actions will be to talk to Eugene. The old man brushes himself off and tries to calm his shaken composure. You came just in time. Thank you so much for saving me. My name is Eugene. We spoke earlier today. I have heard noises from the rooftop, but the door is locked. I think something bad is going to happen. Well, I'm here to find Mr. Vanderbilt, and he is just a butler. I'm sure he's okay. He looks okay. He brushes himself off, but so I'm going to say, where is Mr. Vanderbilt? Those ruffians took Mr. Vanderbilt to the rooftop. You can get to the rooftop through the west door of the hall, but the door is locked. Mr. Vanderbilt likely keeps the key in his weight. I'm not sure if he would want me trusting you with this. So now I need to roll will. So good thing is Amanda has a will of 4. I have 2 successes. All right, Mr. Vanderbilt has a hidden office that he often retreats to. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the east door when you get into the hall. Through the east door when you get into the hall. So that must be this door right here. It uses a very strange lock hidden behind a bookshelf. The butler instructs you how to open the secret door in the library. Gain 1 clue. Okay, so that was her first action. There are some things in the kitchen. She can actually get into the kitchen. 1, 2, and end her turn next to those mysterious items. All right, so now it is Joe's turn. Joe is going to explore this item right here. The china cabinet has been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks. I shall search that. The china cabinet holds candles, wooden statuettes, stones, beads, and other random objects. You try to discern what they could be for. Lore. Stupid Joe and his lore of only 3. Ugh, 1. Way to go, Joe. You can't figure out what the painting is. You can't figure out. As you dig through the objects, you begin to form a hunch that makes you uneasy. You have heard of objects such as these found at the site of occult rituals. They could prove useful in your investigation. Gain the circumstantial evidence unique item and 1 clue. Hey, Lols Heinrich, or Henrique. Do you have this game? There's circumstantial evidence. Joe has some circumstantial evidence. Then we can discard this search token. And now Joe is going to move. I see no reason to move into the kitchen where Amanda has all that covered. So I will now take my 2 move actions, 1, 2, and move back out into the hallway. All right, that disappears. All right, and finally, we get Rita's turn. Now, here's the thing. If you forget something, I can go into this logbook, and I can look at the message log. And let's see. E-store. Those ruffians, you can get to the rooftop through the west door of the hall. So I'm imagining this is the west door. It's not going to help us because we don't have a key. So what could Rita do? Maybe she could explore over here. So she's going to move 1 and explore this door. This door leads to a small front room of the mansion. I shall explore it. Oh, nice. The light from the entry shines into the dimly lit office as you open the door. A lamp sits on a large wooden desk, casting long shadows across the mess of papers, books scattered around the room. Discard this explore token by door and place the garden tile as indicated. So again, I will go into my pile of tiles and I will place this as indicated. Now, that should be Unless there's some crazy things that are going on out there. That may be as wide as we get on this adventure. Yeah, Joe has a one purpose and one purpose only, in my opinion, for this particular scenario, and that is to serve as a meat shield to take all the damage. Outside the small room, you see some objects abandoned in the yard. Among the items, you spot something useful. Place the Holy Cross common item as indicated. An investigator can pick this up in his space as part of his trade action. There's the Holy Cross. We'll drop it there in that space. You may move one space into the explored area. Okay, so here's a good question for you then, lulz. Is that move considered part of the move action? Because Rita really just moved one space over. She should, because she has the ability to move 3 spaces on her turn, be able to easily move out here into the garden into one of these other spaces, but she should be able to move outside very easily in this turn, regardless. But I didn't know if that, it says you may move into that space, if that uses up part of your move action or not. So I think Rita is done. Oh, and Joe is done as well. Okay. Let us end the investigator phase and begin the mythos phase. Whispered voices drift down the halls. Their chanting becomes louder and louder. Amanda Sharp covers her ears and starts banging her head against the wall to get the voices out. Amanda Sharp suffers 1 face-down damage and 1 horror. Will negates. So Amanda has 4 will. And she has 2 successes, so she suffers nothing. And so now we're back to the investigator phase. All right. Again, questions, comments, whatever. I appreciate them. All right, we are... I think what I will do is start with... Flip these all back over. Let us start with... let's start with Amanda again. Let's go all the way back over here and let us search. Let's search the refrigerator. The refrigerator has been left cracked open, leaking a pool of water onto the floor. I shall search it. You pull open the heavy refrigerator door and reach into, rifle through the haphazardly stacked food. You recoil in horror as the severed head of a goat falls to the floor with a sickening thud. Gross. Suffer 1 face-down horror and gain 1 clue. Face-down horror. Okay. You gain a clue. And you discard this search token. Oakley Dokley. I think she's just going to go ahead and search. She's in this room. Why not? She's going to search this door too. Someone has locked this cabinet by wrapping a chain around the handles. Great. I mean, I already kind of knew this was coming up. The chain is sturdy, but the cabinet doors are made of thin wood. You think you could break one of the doors off. Strength. Roll 2 additional dice if you have the crowbar common item, which she does not. So, strength. Ooh, 3 strength. Wow. Whoops. Sorry. Wouldn't let me do that. Search. 1, 2, 3. Confirm. The flimsy wood cracks as you pull the cabinet door off its hinges. Gain the Elder Ward common item. Then discard the search token. There is the Elder Ward common item. I'll move these down a little bit so everybody has some space. So I know who is who and what has what. And that will end Amanda's turn. All right, now let us go see what Joe is up to. Okay, dumb Joe, let's open up this door. Door leads deeper into the mansion. The door opens to a dim hallway that winds through the hearts of the mansion. Place the hallway 2 and the hall corner 2 tiles and a door as indicated and discard all explore tokens leading into this room. So I will discard these 2 doors. And I need the door. What do I need? The hallway 2. There's hallway 1. Hall corner 2? Yep, hall corner 2. And there is a door there. So we will place a door. How's that go? Like that? No. Oh, first of all, yeah. There we go. There's a door. And now I just need hallway 2. Hall 2. No, hallway 2. There's hallway 3. There's hallway 2. A wooden desk stands against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. Place another search token. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked down a stack of papers. Place the search token as indicated. Oops, I got this turned around. And then we have some doors. Door. 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 And door. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade if I needed to, which might come in handy later. You may move one space into the explored area. So Joe will move into that explored space. Now, what is Joe going to do next? What is Joe going to do next? And again, this goes into that question of, does that move into that area count as the move action? Didn't have the action icon in it, so my thought is it does not count as the move action. That's what I need you guys to tell me. So, lulz, if you know, please let me know. Otherwise, I believe I still have another action. Oh, wait, there's... Oh, okay. So that makes me wonder which one of these doors leads to the place where we need to get to. Because maybe this is the West Hall. Let's look. Message log. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the east door when you get into the hall. So this is the library this way. And this is the west door of the hall. So this would get us to the rooftop. All right. So if Joe has another action, well, I think I'm just going to search this item right here. Desk sits against the wall being used as an end table. It has several large drawers locked by a combination. Ah, Joe, you stupid. I'm going to search it. This is a puzzle. And I'm going to be using my observation, which is 3. Let's see how Joe's observation goes. Oh, I hate these. All right, cool. Okay, let's just do 1, 2, 3. All right, I have 2 that are the correct symbols. None of them are in the right space. So I'm going to go 3, 1, and 2. I have 1 in the right space, and 1 is the correct symbol. Wait a minute. How can that be? One is in the right space, or one of the symbols is in the correct space. Another one is the correct symbol. So is it 3, 1? This is my final guess, by the way. 3, 1, 4. So 3 is right. Well, 1 could be right. Oh, 4 was supposed to be in the middle. Darn it. Well, there goes all my guesses, because I only have 3 guesses. Unless I have something that helps me out. I do not. So I will close that. But 4 is also not the right answer, so we did learn something there. All right, let's end Joe's turn. And let Rita take an item. She's going to take the Holy Cross. Ooh, and the Holy Cross, roll 1 additional die while resolving a will check. Nice. And she's going to, I wonder if it's worth investigating this. Probably not. I mean, I think it'll, well, who knows? It'll probably just advance the story. Do you guys want to know story? Or do you want Rita to start running into the hallways over here and helping out other people? I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. This needs to go away. So I'll give you guys a minute and tell me. Do you want Rita to investigate this item here in the study? Or do you want her to simply, in her 3 moves, go 1, 2, 3, and start moving into this area so she can move up here to start helping people? Up to you. First person who answers, that's what we're going to do. To battle, okay? So skip this clue, and we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and start moving into the hallway, which will end her turn, and end the investigator phase, and we can move into the Mythos phase. A cacophony of creaks and knocks erupts all around you. The Mythos events affects the investigator with the lowest lore. And that would be a tie between Joe and Rita. And I believe if it is a tie, correct me if I'm wrong, it affects both of them. So if it is a tie, it affects both of them. Let's look in the rules and find out. What are we hitting here? This is a Mythos phase. I don't see anything that says. So I'm going to say it's going to affect both Rita and Joe. The sound is unnerving, and you fear what could be causing it. Will. And Rita gets to roll an extra one because she has the Holy Cross, so she'll get a roll 4. And she succeeds. And good old Joe Diamond Investigator has a will of 3. And he succeeds. So if you pass, the sound must just be vermin in the walls. If you fail, the noise becomes panic voices. All right, so I can continue. Uh-oh. A robed figure appears from a secret door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here!" You hear a muffled response from the other part of the estate. "Get rid of them!" Spark a dark druid, as indicated. Dark druids. Dark druid. Dark druid. The dark druid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. 1, 2. Then attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the most damage. Fortunately, there are no investigators in this particular space. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. So that would be our dark druid. And so let's resolve the horror check. And within range is going to be only Rita. The druid coughs wetly, then rummages and produces a quivering beetle the size of a human hand. The crunching sound as the druid bites down on the insect shoots straight through your ears into your bowels. Suffer 2 face-down horror. Will negates. Oh, thank God she's got this Holy Cross. And she has 1, 2, 3. She suffers no horror. Continue. In the Mythos phase, yes. So, Crystal, she could have stayed in that in this space over here, and the Dark Druid would have still come to her and attacked. Now, again, there are so many different variables that this game randomizes, and that's why it's nice that the app is doing all of this for us. I had no idea that that is where a Dark Druid would appear, so there you go. But I think you can start everyone's turns over. I'm just going to go 1, 2 for Amanda. Sorry, Eugene, not going to talk with you anymore. I'm sure you're okay. And then 1, 2 to move into this hallway. And that will end Amanda's turn. And then I'm going to have Rita. Let's see. We know the Dark Druid's going to come to her. I would prefer she attacks. So I'm just going to move 1 square over here as my move action, and then attack the Dark Druid with a heavy weapon, which is the crowbar. You slam your weapon into your opponent's gut and then bring it around in a crushing overhand swing. Strength 5. And we succeed with, you only needed 2 to succeed, got 3. If you pass, you feel bones crunch beneath your blow. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results. So 3 plus, again, the crowbar is 2. And so that is 5. And the Dark Druid is dead. Don't mess with me, Dark Druid. So that is Rita's turn. Ah, Joe. Joe. Poor Joe. I think Joe is not the person to solve this puzzle. Although there's probably likely something in there that he's going to need. I'm going to have Joe open this door and see what's on the other side. A wood plaque marked library is fastened to the center of the door. Let us explore. And we find a library. The door creaks on its hinges as you push it open to reveal the library. Bookshelves line the walls. Discard this explore token and place the library tile and a wall as indicated. So now we need to find the library tile. Are you guys finding this interesting at all? Is this of any use or interest to you? I'm just having fun because I like playing this game. Been playing it for a couple of weeks now. And I just want to make sure that I have all of the rules down right, and I'm not messing something up. And Lulz there, you helped me out. So there's a whole end, nothing yet. Still nothing yet. Hold on, getting down to the final tiles here. There's the library. We'll place our library tile down here. Good. I'm glad. And we need to place a wall tile. So we will place a wall tile down here, so there's no other exit beyond this wall tile. And we will place a search token right here. And another search token. Uh-oh, a robed figure is pushing a bookshelf back into place. Place a search token as indicated, so there may be a door over there. Oh. The robed figure draws out a strange idol and begins chanting. Before your very eyes, a terrifying creature appears in thin air. The cult member speaks some words to it in a strange language, but the creature turns on him, tearing him to pieces before your eyes. Holy crap. Spawn a crawling one in the library as indicated, then suffer 2 horror. It is horrifying. Okay, now I have to, sadly and unfortunately, because I haven't done this yet, I have to search through all of this to find a crawling one. Why couldn't it have been one that I've already had before? First of all, I don't even know what a crawling one looks like. There's a crawling one right there. And I know Fantasy Flight tries to do a good job with these miniatures, but man, these miniatures do not stay in their bases. What is a crawling one? What is that thing? That's not it. I think that's our crawling one right there. I think that's him. We'll put him on a small base. So these just go on like this. And then we'll just slide his thing inside here. And put him right here. And let's see, suffer 2 horror, will negates. So Joe, do you have anything? No. So Joe's will is 2. He has suffered 0 horrors. Thank goodness. You may move one space into the explored area, and I think Joe will move into this space. So that was his first action, was just opening the door. So I think his second action should be to kill this frickin' monster. So he will attack with... The only thing he has is this bladed weapon, a knife with 1. And this crawling one has a health of 6. But I bet it's better than going in unarmed. So let's attack with a bladed weapon. Well, thank you for following me. You try to anticipate the monster's actions, slashing and dodging accordingly. We are going to use observation, which is 3. And, okay, so we have 1 success, and we have 1 clue, and I will go ahead and spin this clue token to turn that into a success. If you pass, you see the creature's strikes before they come, and you have no difficulty avoiding and punishing them. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results. So that's 2. It suffers 3 damage. And we can continue. And that should be everybody's turn. So now we can end the investigator phase and go into the Mythos phase. Mythos, Mythos, Mythos. The light dies slowly. Place darkness in each space in the library. This Mythos event affects each investigator in the library. All right, I'm going to have to go back and remind myself what the hell darkness does. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Darkness hinders the investigator's test resolution. An investigator in a space containing darkness cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. Okay, so that's one thing. Investigators ignore darkness in space containing a light source or fire, or a space adjacent to a space containing a light source or fire. Darkness cannot be placed in a space that contains darkness. All right, so let's resolve the effect. In the dark, you hear a strange sound, as if someone is being strangled. You fear you will soon feel cold hands around your own neck. Suffer 2 face-down horror. Will negates. All right, Joe. Let's see what you got. Oh, I forgot about Joe's magic. Joe's got a special ability. It always helps to read your character cards. I know you're not going to be able to see that. But it says, if you spend a clue to convert a clue to a success, you may convert up to 2 clues to successes instead. Boo. Okay, so I've only got 1. I'm only going to have 1. So I'm going to suffer 1 face-down horror. And Joe currently now has 3 horror. Way to go, Joe. You're ruining it for everybody. Ruining it for everybody. The crawling one moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator within range. Then it attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the most damage. That would be our good friend Joe. The monster attacks. The creature wraps choking worm-like tendrils around your throat. Suffer 2 face down damage. Strength -1, so that's 3. Joe, you stupid idiot. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 clue token and use his special power to convert both of these to successes. And so I suffer no damage. We've been actually pretty lucky so far. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating, blah, 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 blah. This is our monster. The creature's flesh seems to roil with some unseen musculature. Suffer 2 face-down horror, will -1 negates. God. This may be getting close to Joe. Oh. All right, I will suffer 2 face-down horrors. Bringing my score now up to, what, 5 out of the 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Joe is getting pretty close to insanity. On the plus side, he does have bandages. Discard up to 2 face-down damage. Oh, that doesn't help us. He also has this Elder Sign Pendant. Roll 1 additional die while evading a monster. Well, we weren't evading a monster, so that sucks. We do have Instill Bravery from Amanda. Instill Bravery says, you or another investigator within range discards 1 horror, then I flip the card. And so if I go by with what Lowell says, Amanda is out of range because there is a doorway separating them. So she can't really use that right now. So we will just end this Mythos phase, and we will start our Investigator phase. Oh, look what we can do. Look what we can do. We have our good friend. Let's flip these back over so I know who has gone and who has not gone. Everyone in the house can hear Joe choking. Help me, help me. Now, Amanda is just right outside the door, and you'd think that she would be able to rush in and help. But it's really Rita who is super fast here. And if you remember, oh shoot, Rita cannot quite get there. Rita cannot quite get there because she can move up to 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. The most she could do is move 1 more into that room. Darn it. Stupid Joe. Stupid Joe indeed. Well, I think we need to save Joe. We can't let him die because, again, if your investigators die or go crazy, and really going insane isn't necessarily a bad thing in this game because it is Lovecraft and Call of Cthulhu and all that kind of stuff. But I'd like for him to at least last a little longer so we can at least find Vanderbilt and solve this mystery once and for frickin' all. So I think, even though I'm sure that that desk contains something important, well, okay, we're still not done with Rita's turn, right? She could take a focus. Rita could take a focus. Yeah, let's do that. Rita could take a focus, which is kind of like having a clue token. Right? So a focus says you may discard this card to convert a clue to a success while resolving a test. So I think, and again, remember, there's darkness in that room. So clue tokens aren't going to be helpful here. Okay, so that's what Rita's going to do. And that will be her turn. And then we're going to have Amanda. She's going to move into this room with her 1 token. Now, she could attack unarmed, but that's not good But I believe, now, if we go back to darkness again, investigators ignore darkness in a space containing a light source or a fire, or a space adjacent to a space containing a light source or a fire. A space contains a light source if an investigator in the space has a light source, or a light source has been placed or dropped in the space. Oh, look what our good friend Amanda has. She has some candles. A light source. So this darkness we can ignore right now, which is good, because now, even unarmed, oh no, she's moved into that space. I think we need to save Joe. So she's going to, Amanda is now going to instill bravery. You are another investigator within range, discards one horror, then flip this card. So Joe now gets to discard one horror, but now we have to flip this card. And the back of the card says, a strange darkness enters the edge of your vision. And I have to roll lore, and I have to have 3 successes. Amanda has 4 lore, and she rolled, well, there's no way she's going to get 3 successes unless, no, she's not going to, wouldn't even be worth spending the clues to try to make that a success. If you fail, the darkness whispers. Flip one horror face up. Uh-oh. One horror face up. So she's only got 2 horrors, right? So the other horror says minor shock, resolve immediately, no additional effect. Flip this card face down. Then discard this, then it says, darkness whispers, flip one horror face up, then discard this card and gain another instill bravery spell, which I just so happen to have. So, no major effect for Amanda. Joe is not as sane as he once was. And now it is Joe's turn. And Joe is going to attack the darkness. Oh, I'm sorry. He's going to attack the crawling one with his bladed weapon. You slash the creature, but it bats the weapon out of your hand. The blade flips end over end through the air. Agility, which is 5 for Joe. Good job, Joe. Let's see. Again, I'm going to go ahead and spend a clue token, because I can, and flip both of these to successes, because that's what Joe says. If you pass, you manage to snatch it out of the air and bring it down hard. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result plus 1. So my test result is 3, plus 1 is 4. The blade lands next, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Monster dead. Good job, Joe. Again, does the, let me ask you guys, does the insert, the picture-in-picture look good for you guys? Does that work for you? Does everything look clear? Does everything sound clear? Is this at all entertaining or engaging to you? So that was Joe's first action. Joe's second action is going to be to search this token. A large scroll showing the solar system is sprawled across a pile of books. I will search it. The scroll is marked with the orbits of the 8 planets. A straight line is drawn across them from the sun, marked with today's date and the word planetary alignment. I think that's also a syzygy, isn't it? Gain 1 clue, then discard this search token. So Joe gains a clue. We discard this search token. And that is Joe's second turn. And so that ends that investigator phase. Mythos phase. Mythos, 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 mythos. For a timeless, dreamlike eon, Amanda Sharp wanders through a perfect world where nothing, not even donuts, taste right. Oh God, this is a horrible place where donuts don't taste right. Amanda Sharp suffers 2 face-down horrors. Amanda, no. 1 horror, 2 horror. Leona. Good, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Now we're back to the investigator phase. Okay, we know, based on when we talked to Eugene, hi, I'm Eugene, we know that there's a secret thing here that will open up and we can get the things that we need. So, I'm going to have Joe do this because really, you know what Amanda is really good at in this game, in my opinion, is solving puzzles, because she gets her will +2 anytime she's solving puzzles. So at the very least, I can have Amanda go back out into the hallway when we're ready to go back out into the hallway and solve that puzzle in that desk. Oh, I forgot. Where was this at? It's all the way up here. So I'm going to have Joe move 1 space. He's going to search. Peering behind the bookshelf, the robed figure was moving. You see runic circles inscribed on the wall. You push aside the shelf to reveal the ritual circles the butler spoke of. You attempt to trace them as he told you. Tap to attempt the puzzle using lore. Dang it, Joe. All right, he's got a lore of 3, we've determined. And we have to figure this out. I've not done one of these before. So this one moves down. This one moves over. And this one moves down. Good job, Joe. Puzzle completed. All right, you trace a continuous line through the winding markings as the butler instructed. The runes illuminate with strange green light, and a wall panel pops open, revealing a secret door to a hidden study behind the wall. Gain 1 clue. Good job, Joe. Then discard the search token and the wall. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. And we are going to find a secret panel. And the wall slides open noiselessly, and you peer into a hidden office. Place the office tile and a wall as instructed. Now, we knew we needed to go in here because there is something that we need to find. The key, right? Oop, this is, it says the office tile. Oh, but that's the wrong office tile. Unless there's another office tile. Ah, here we go. Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. See, there were 2 office tiles. This was the other one. Oh, I should also mention, for those of you who are wondering, I mean, some of you may have already figured this out, but I am not using just the Mansions of Madness base game. I am also using Recurring Nightmare and Suppressed Memories in here. So if you're thinking this is just the base game of Mansions of Madness 2.0, it's actually not. It's actually with those 2 expansions. And I do have the Beyond the Threshold expansion. Just came the other day. I will do an unboxing of that sometime soon. And I need a wall to cover up that door. And a clue token. Bookshelf filled with frightening objects is mounted on the opposite wall. Place a search token as indicated. Oh my gosh. And an oak desk 6 on the other side of the room. Place a search token as indicated. And there's got to be, oh, I may move one space into the explored area. Joe. So that should be 2 for Joe, right? No. Did I do that right? Killed the monster. Maybe I didn't do that right. No, it was his first turn. Oh, I may have screwed that up. Did I do 3 turns on stupid Joe? Man, I hope I didn't. Now I forgot. Now this is one of the problems about doing... Oh, somebody remind me. Did I do 3 turns on Joe? Because that would make me upset if I did. No, because we had killed the monster previously. He moved over. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good. All right, so that is the end of Joe's turn. Now it is Amanda's turn. What does Amanda need to do? We know that this space, 1, 2, well, here's the thing. Joe doesn't have to move into that space if he doesn't want to. I think Joe's going to stay out here in the hallway, or out here in this library. He doesn't really need to go in. And Amanda is going to move 2 spaces, 1, 2, and then she's going to search this. Shelf is lined with curiosities from the mundane to the horrifying. As you scan over the various items, your eyes fall on an urn marked with Lilith Vanderbilt, 1856 to 1925. You pick up the urn and find it filled with ashes. I don't really see a need to smash the urn. I really don't see a need to smash the urn. I don't know what could be in there. But, look, we're investigators. We've come to this mansion to find Mr. Vanderbilt. We've seen some really crazy things. We know that somebody has kidnapped Mr. Vanderbilt and drug him upstairs or out into the observatory or wherever that he's at. I see no reason to smash that urn. So I'm going to leave the urn and I'm going to finish Amanda's turn. Now that gives us to Rita, and I think Rita, 1, 2, 3, is going to move down to the end of the hall, and she is going to search a stack of papers that have been strewn about the floor. Amidst the mundane paperwork, you find a weathered page covered in a strange script. Someone has scrawled a note in English across the top of the page. Speak these words for great power. Dare Rita speak the words? What do you think, viewers? Should she recite the script or return the papers? I will let you decide while I take this drink. Read the script or return the papers. If anyone is still watching. Maybe no one's watching. I say dare. All right. We will recite the script. The eldritch words take on a life of their own as you speak them, reshaping your mind with new understanding of the script you're looking at. The lights flicker and you hear a whisper in your ear. Power comes with a prize. Gain the wither spell, then discard this search token. The wither spell, eh? The wither spell says As the spell takes effect, the victim body withers and mummifies. That might be helpful. And those are her 2 turns. That's everybody's turn. And so now we can get into the Mythos phase. Rita suddenly drops to her knees, clutching at her gut. Ooh, her skin bulges and distends as something moves beneath it. Taco Bell. Twisting within her innards. Rita Young suffers 1 face-down damage and 1 horror. Okay, so I'm guessing they're both face down. This is okay. This is Rita's first horror and her first damage. She can take it. She's a strong girl. She's got a health of 9 and a sanity of 5. Uh-oh. A robed figure appears from a side door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here." You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate say again, like we saw earlier, "Get rid of them." Spawn a dark druid as indicated. Uh-oh, poor Eugene runs out. The robed figure sneaks into the dining room and comes face to face with Eugene. The butler yells in fright and flees to the entryway. Move Eugene as indicated. Oh my! Oh, everyone! The druid moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible, then attacks each investigator within range. 1, 2. No investigators. Oh, the monster attacks cannot move to be within range. So does that mean he doesn't move? I say he moves, but it says cannot move to be within range. I say he still moves. Oh, well, there he goes. Moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Each investigator must resolve a horror check, and we don't have to worry about that because no one is in range except for Eugene, and we shall end the Mythos phase. Investigator phase. All right, let us go back over here. Joe hears a commotion in the hallway. 1, 2. He's ready for when this guy busts through. Oh, but Joe does not have a ranged weapon, so he can't shoot through that door. And the druid can't do anything because reasons. But let's see. And so Joe will become focused. And that will end his turn. Then we have Amanda, who's going to move 1 space into here. Remember, spaces count as 2, or a move counts as 2 spaces. So if this works out the way I hope it will work out, we will perform a search action on the oak desk. It's been kept in good condition. A number of papers and books are neatly stored on the desk's surface. I will search it. On the desk, you find what looks like a personal planner. As you pick up the book, a brass key clatters from between the pages. You turn the page it has been holding and find a note scrawled there. If the alignment truly weakens the veil, I believe it is the only moment we have to break through. I will make the necessary preparations on the rooftop. Gain the brass key and incriminating evidence unique items. Way to go. What do I want? The incriminating evidence? It's all your fault. There's the incriminating evidence and the brass key. Good job, Amanda. Now, if you remember, if a move, you place the planner back onto the desk and search through the drawers, you find something of use but no additional evidence, gain the lucky cigarette case common item, then discard the search token. What is it? The lucky cigarette case. Lucky's. Recommended by more doctors than any other cigarette. That's a joke. It's not an advertisement, not an endorsement, YouTube, etc's. It is a joke going back to the old days. Lucky rabbit's foot. I don't see my... Lucky cigarettes. I bet I placed it in the wrong spot. And I did put it in the wrong pile when I put everything away last time. So the lucky cigarette case. Once per round, you may convert a clue to a success. So I gain the lucky cigarette common item. This is good. Starting to run out of space for everybody here. And then we can discard this search token. So as I was saying, Amanda was in the middle of her move action when she did that search. So she should be able to, if I understand the rules correctly about interruptions, should be able to move one space back. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I know what I did. I forgot to flip these the wrong way. All right, so that should be Amanda's turn. And now it's Rita's turn, I believe. All right, Rita's back here at the end of this hallway. Just to see what happens. The door leads deeper into the mansion. We know that this is where she needs to go. Well, we know that this is where everyone needs to go because apparently that's what the next item was. But should she open that door? Here's what happens if she opens that door. Some monster might pop out. And some monster might pop out. I did it. Aha! The door opens into a bedroom that seems modest compared to the decor of the rest of the mansion. Discard this explore token and place the master bedroom tile and a wall as indicated. All right, well that wasn't too bad. I mean, that was actually kind of nice. Master bedroom theme song. Boop, 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 boop. Is this the one? Master bedroom with the key. Correct. So that is going here. I can get rid of this door as well. And I can place another wall tile. Oops. Yeah, something like that. Right there. A large bed sits against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. The far corner, a large chest sits next to the master bed. Place a search token there. What could be in the chest? You may move one space into the explored area. Well, since, as Lols had said earlier, that doesn't count as my move, Amanda already did a explore action, so now she's going to examine this writing desk, holding a massive tome that almost covers the desk's entire surface. Do I read the book? Well, I've already gained... You pull a creaking wooden chair up to the desk and attempt to decipher the archaic scribbling on the tome's pages. And I need to use lore, which is 3. No successes. As you read, the very words seem to twist and change before your eyes, but you cannot make sense of them. Oh, phooey, says Rita. All right, I think that's everybody's turn. Mythos phase. Time for something bad to happen. Your investigation has gone on too long, and your strength is now ebbing. Each investigator flips 2 damage face up. Oh, boo! Boo! Son of a gun. I knew that was going to happen. The only person who has damage it looks like, is Rita. And hers says demoralizing injury. Resolve immediately. Suffer one additional face down horror. Then flip this card face down. Really? One additional face down horror. And then flip the card face down. The Dark Druid moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks each investigator within range. Monster attacks. The Druid curls inward and writhes in abject agony, producing from a tattered robe a horde of small rodents. Oh my gosh. Agility. Good thing that Joe has an agility of 5. So here's the problem that I have. So this is a time story, right? You can think that even though it doesn't say it, each Mythos event is kind of kicking down a doom clock. And that can, you know, trigger something. And we know that the planets are coming into alignment because we've read things. This is not good. The Druid, okay, so I did pass. Because I got 2 successes. If you pass, the vicious creatures are easily sidestepped. If you fail, nothing. Oh, well, we're not going to read that because we don't have to worry about it. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating, blah, blah, blah. Dark Druid, resolve the horror check for Joe. Before your disbelieving gaze, the Druid fades from this world like a shadow at dusk. The figure reappears suddenly, leaving you to question all that your eyes see. Suffer 1 horror. Observation negates. His observation is 3. I just need 1 success. I have 2 successes. And so now we can move on, and in the Mythos phase, move to the Investigator phase, kill the frickin' Druid. So Joe, let me flip these all over so I don't get screwed up again. Joe's going to go first this time, and he's going to attack the Druid with a bladed item. You lunge forward. You lunge towards your foe with a brutal stab. Strength +2. Strength, not +2. Success of 2. And I've got a success of 3. If you pass, your weapon digs deep into the figure's stomach and you kick your foe backward off the blade. The monster suffers damage equal to your weapon's damage, which is +1, plus your test results is 4. And we have killed the Dark Druid. Ha 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 ha! We are kicking some monster butt, but now time is of the essence. 1, 2 for his move action. He is done. It is now Amanda's turn, and she's so far away. 1, 2, 1, 2. Her turn is done. We know we have to get through this door. I'm going to let Rita go over here for 1 move. Remember, she gets a move of 3. She's going to interrupt her move with a search this chest. You drag the bed across the wooden floor and you hear an audible click. You look under the bed to see a small alcove in the floor holding a jumble of electrical wiring. You seem to have triggered something, and now you can hear a steady ticking from within. You attempt to rewire the device to stop the timer. Tap to attempt the puzzle. Okay, using will. Well, let's see. 1, 2. Okay, I get to do 4 moves here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unlocked. Puzzle complete. You're definitely cut wires and twist others together to reroute power. As the ticking stops, you hear a click from the other side of the wall out in the hallway. Gain 1 clue, then discard the search token. So, Rita gains a clue, and I discard this search token. Continue. And she gets to continue her move. 1, 2. So that'd be a total of 3. All of our investigators are getting close, but as we know, time is running short. Let us end this investigator phase, get into the Mythos phase. We got to run faster. Light fades from around you, leaving anything within inches from your face obscured. Place darkness in each space in the master bedroom. Oh, thank goodness. No one's in the master bedroom. This Mythos event affects each investigator in a space containing darkness. No effect. Investigator phase. Well, Amanda can move over here, and she can open the door because she got the brass key. A weathered door at the end of the hall is cracked open. You hear bizarre noises from the other side. Time to explore. And we find, you open the door of the mansion's rooftop. The house around you creaks and groans as if exhaling a breath of dust air. A massive circle of runes has been carved into the tile. Discard this explore token and place the rooftop tile, a door, and a wall as indicated. A little bit more dramatic there, Stephen. Okay, rooftop tile. Now things are going to get really bad. I'm just telling you, things are going to get really, really bad. So we're going to place our rooftop token, our rooftop tile, and we're going to place a door. Okay, so we know that there's a door there. And a door and a wall. So we need a wall over here. So we'll just place a wall token right there. On the far side of the rooftop, you spot something useful. Place the sledgehammer common item as indicated. Oh no. Why are you giving me such a massive weapon? Okay, so there's the sledgehammer item. Two robed figures stand across from each other over the circle, chanting. One nearest you seems to be in some kind of trance and hardly acknowledges your approach. Spawn a witch. A witch. Here is the witch. The other figure lowers the hood of his robe and points at you with an ornate dagger. What are you doing on my property? You're meddling in things you don't understand, and you will die for it. Spawn a priest of Dagon, as indicated. William Vanderbilt. Whoa, 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 what? Spoiler alert. For those of you who didn't see that coming. Oh, wait, that's my Dark Druid. What did I do with Vanderbilt? Oh, here he is. William Vanderbilt begins chanting a heinous incantation that causes reality to warp and shift. A single massive creature of terrifying description slips through the fabric of reality and into the world. Spawn a Crothanian as indicated. Oh no. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. This may be the end of our heroes. This may be the end of our heroes. This thing is gross and ugly. It looks like someone's lower intestine has popped out. That is what it looks like. Disgusting. Disgusting creature. Now I need to find my token for it. There it is. Good thing is it's way on the other side of the house. It's going to take it a while to get to us. So that could actually be a good thing. And now the ritual circle on the ground is scattered with candles, skulls, and other trinkets. If you could get these ritual components, you could stop the cult's vile magics and have enough proof to condemn the Vanderbilt family. Place the interact token as indicated. You may move one space into the explored area. Who did that? Was that Amanda? I'm going to say Amanda was the one that did that. See, I freaking forgot to flip my tokens. I'm getting too excited about the end of this game. Now, here's the thing. Barricade. One, two. All right, here's what's going to have to happen. Someone's making a sacrifice here, and as much as I would like someone else to do it, Joe's going to have to be the man. That monster is going to come towards us, and the one thing that can slow it down is a barricade. And so Joe's going to move to 1, 2, and then barricade reads, as an action, investigator in a space containing a barricade may move the barricade against a door or secret passage, or move the barricade away from the door or secret passage. It blocks. Investigators cannot move through a blocked door or blocked secret passage. When a monster attempts to move through the blocked door or a blocked secret passage, it can destroy the barricade by resolving the following step. Determine the dice pool, roll the die, determine the results. So I think it's going to be in Joe's... Oh, I must interrupt the ritual taking place before it's complete. That's okay. I think Joe... It's a good thing to do that. So that'll end Joe's movement. And now it is up to Rita to do stuff. And again, she gets a move of 3, which is nice because she's going to go 1, 2, 3. Take this frickin' shotgun. And end her turn. Okay, everyone's doing okay health-wise. Everyone's doing okay sanity-wise. Problem is we've got all these monsters now. And Rita has 2 items. Out of sight, a strange budging machine comes to life to carry out a dark purpose. Each investigator flips 1 damage and 1 horror face up, then becomes dazed. Dang it! All right. 1 horror and 1 dazed. So Rita flips hers up, minor shock, resolve immediately, no additional effects, flip this card face down. Amanda only has horror, so she flips 1 up. Suffer 1 additional face down damage, so she suffers 1 damage, then flip this card face down. Now, because it is 1 damage, she has to flip that up. A grievous injury. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face down damage. Dang it. Then flip this card face down. So now Amanda has 2 damage and 3 horror. She's still doing okay, though. And now Joe flips 1 horror. And it says, roll 1 fewer die while resolving a will test. Well, that sucks because his will's already really low. Oh, and everybody becomes dazed. That's not good either. Because dazed, you can't spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. At the end of your turn, discard this card. So each one of them gets that. At least they're not immobilized. The witch moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the lowest agility. Range of as many investigators as possible. So she's going to go over here and attacks the investigator with the lowest agility. And that is Amanda. So the monster is going to attack. The witch holds up a glass vial with a red liquid inside, then hurls it to the ground. As the glass shatters and the liquid spills, you feel your own blood rot and attempt to burst free from its flesh. Strength. Come on, Amanda. Success! If you pass, you drop to your knees in pain but suffer a little worse than a nosebleed. Flip 2 damage face up. Well, she has 2 damage. One of them says, suffer 1 additional face down, horror. And flip this card down. suffer 1 additional face down damage, and flip this face down. So let's check Amanda out because she is 1, 2, 3, 4. She's okay. Vanderbilt moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, then it attacks the investigator in its space with the most items, and that would be our friend Rita. The monster attacks. Vanderbilt grabs at one of the items in your possession, attempting to wrest it from you. So strength. Ah, come on, dice. Get in and stay in my hand. 3 successes. If you pass, maintain your grip. Okay. Corinthian moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator. It's got to go this way. No investigator in the space. And then it moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Ouch. 1, 2. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button to continue. So, who has the highest horror rating? It's is that blue? I think it is Vanderbilt has the highest horror rating. So both Amanda and Rita must resolve this horror check. Vanderbilt rolls up a sleeve to reveal row upon row of fish hooks that are buried in pallid, fishy flesh, forming an obscene sigil. Suffer 2 face down horror, will -1 negates. All right, so, god dang it. So will -1, so first it's Rita. The cat is going crazy. Oh, success. Good job, Rita. And Amanda faces, so that's -1 for her. Okay. Oh, she has 3 clues. She's going to spend 2 of them, so she doesn't suffer any more horrors. Continue. So I think that's the only one we have to resolve. All right. In the Mythos phase. All right, let's flip these up so I know what everyone can and cannot do. Joe, get the heck away from that monster that may come busting through that door. So, 1, 2, and we need him in this. Is an evade an action? I'm pretty sure evade is an action. Evade check. Okay. Let's see. I think Joe's just going to move in here for his second action, and he's just going to be done. So he's next to this witch, because I think he has... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He's dazed. You cannot spin clues to convert dice results. Okay, at the end of your turn, discard the card. So this dazed effect for him is done. I need to get Amanda from this square over to this square. And in order to move out of the square containing a monster, Amanda must perform an evade check against that monster. So let's bring up the witch. Let's do an evade. Resolve an evade check. Confirm. You backpedal as the witch approaches. Agility is 3. I think she'll be okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Amanda rolled 1 success and 2 clues. She is dazed. She has 1 clue, right? She has 1 clue token. It does say you cannot spin clues to convert dice rolls or perform additional puzzle steps, which would mean that she wouldn't be able to use that token. However, Amanda does have the lucky cigarette case, which says once per round you may convert a clue token to a success, or a clue to a success. So we're going to convert one of those to a success, which means Amanda passes. If you pass, you keep out of the witch's grasping hands. So I can move over here. Thank goodness. Oh no, I don't want to end the investigator phase. And now Amanda can attempt to close the portal. Okay? A ritual circle is carved into the ground and scattered with components. You attempt to retrieve the ritual components, but a malign energy protects them. Let us disrupt this ritual. Using your gut and scraps of knowledge you have gathered, you attempt to remove the items without triggering the defensive magic. Lore. Okay. You may discard any number of evidence to convert an equal number of clues to successes. So Amanda's lore is actually really good. It's 4. Now, I do have evidence. I do have... Oh, I can't use the lucky cigarette case again because that's once per round. So I'm going to turn that over. I still have candles, though. So I think we're going to be okay, hopefully. 2, and I cannot convert anything else because I have 2 successes and 2 failures. 1, 2. Please let this be enough. You remove several items successfully, but you trip up, causing the magic to lash out at you and burn your skin, suffer 1 face-down damage. Oh, thank goodness. So how many damages does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's still doing okay. We're going to end Amanda's turn and get rid of her dazed condition. Now, it's time for Rita to do her thing by, I think she has a shotgun, right? No, she has a sledgehammer. Whoops. I think she's going to use her crowbar and attack Vanderbilt with a heavy weapon. You jab your weapon at your foe's stomach. Strength. Her strength is 5. She gets to roll all of the die. She has, all she needed was 1 success, and she has 3 successes. If you pass, you strike the figure in the gut with an audible thud. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results. So that's 3, and the weapon is 2, so that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for her second action, he's going to attack it. She's going to attack again with that same heavy weapon. You jab forward with the butt of your weapon and swing the head around for a quick follow-up. Seems like it thinks I have a shotgun. I mean, I do, but agility is 4. Oh. 2 clues, 2 failures. Oh, I have a focus. Remember, she's dazed, so she can't use those clue tokens, but I can use focus. You may discard this card and convert all clues to successes while resolving a test. So, success, success. If you pass, the 1-2 punch disorients your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test results. Weapon is 2. Weapon is 2. And the result is 2, so there's 4. 1, 2, 3. And we got rid of Vanderbilt, ladies and gentlemen. We killed that dude. Dude was being a dick and deserved what he got. Okay, now it is time. Again, we haven't won this game. We still need to close this ritual. Gotta hope that this monster doesn't bust through in this Mythos phase. Sorry, my phone battery just died, so I can't watch and see what comments you guys have. Unbind the terrible things you have seen rise up from your memory where they were safely locked away. Each investigator flips 2 horror face up. Well, Rita has no horror. Amanda has a bunch of horror. So to do this, you're not supposed to memorize where your things are at. So I will take, oh, these are damage. I need to flip horror. So Rita does have horror. She does have 2 of them. No additional effects. Flip this card face down. No additional effects. Flip this card face down. Amanda's turn with her horrors. This one says, no additional effect. Flip this card face down. This one says, no additional effects. Flip this card face down. And then Joe flip 1 damage face up. He has no more damage. Then flip this card face down. This one says, no additional effects. Flip this card face down. The witch moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then she attacks the investigator within range with the lowest strength, which is Amanda. Range is 3, so the monster attacks. The witch gestures, and an intricate series of symbols appear in the glowing air. As they grow larger and larger, you realize they have formed a maze of shimmering blue fire around you. Suffer 3 face-down damage. Lore negates. I do have this Elder Ward, which I think will come in very handy right now. Roll 1 additional die while a monster is attacking you. So I will roll 5 die for my lore. 1 success. I will, let's see. I will go ahead and discard this card to convert all. Yeah, this is 3 face down damage. So I'm going to have to, because I don't have enough clue tokens, I'm going to use my candles. You may discard this card to convert all clues to successes while casting a spell. Damn it. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to spend my clue to convert one of these to a success. Oh, wait. There's 2 successes. No, there's 2 clues. So, yeah, 2 successes. 2 successes. So I suffer 1 face-down damage. And now Amanda has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. She's still okay. All right, so the monster is going to move, but in order for it to move, it has to break through the barricade. So now I have to look and see how we do a barricade. All right. Determine the dice pool. Determine the number of dice the monster will roll. This number is its dice pool. Start with the printed value of the monster's brawn, the red value at the bottom right corner of the back of the monster, which is 5. Okay, so that's not good. It's going to start out with 5 die. It is a large monster. Oh, does the monster have any abilities? The movement of these great worms beneath the earth caused the ground to shake and buildings to collapse. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about that. So now I have to roll the dice. Investigator rolls the number of dice equal to the monster's dice pool on behalf of the monster. The investigator cannot use an effect to reroll dice or convert dice unless the effect specifically states it can affect this roll. So, please. Okay. There is 1 success. The one time that I'm glad that we have 4 failures and 1 success. If the monster rolled 2 or more success results, the barricade is discarded and the monster moves as normal, otherwise the monster forfeits its movement. No investigator is in the space or adjacent. We have to do this again. It moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. This is why you have barricades. Oh, look at that. 1 success. Haha, it cannot get through that barricade. Let's see. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end. So there's only one that we have to resolve, and that is against the witch, and all 3 of us must resolve that. Let me double check. All right, let's see what happens. For a moment, you think you understand the source of the witch's strange power. Yeah, she's a witch. Suffer 2 face-down horror. Lower +1 negates. So let's do this all for everybody. So Rita is going to roll 4. And she succeeds. She suffers nothing. Okay, Amanda has 4. 2. Okay. Oh, she has +1, so she could have rolled 5, but she succeeds. And our good friend Joe has a will of 3 +1. Stupid Joe. Stupid frickin' Joe. This may not be good. Well, I can use a focus to roll that to a success. So I suffer 2 face-down horrors. If you suffer 1 or more horror, which I do, you feel something, notice your awareness, and are transfixed by a power you cannot see, become restrained. Okay, so here's the next thing. Joe now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horrors. So again, he is getting very close to insane, but he's also restrained, which means you cannot move voluntarily. At the end of your turn, discard this card. Okay. All right, so we have done all of that. We're going to end the Mythos phase, and God, I hope we win the crap out of this. Okay, I'm going to let Joe go first. He can't move, so he might as well attack the frickin' witch with his bladed item. Oh, I did that wrong. I should have rolled 1 fewer die while resolving a will test. I'll go ahead and give him another horror. So is he now insane? He's still restrained, but I screwed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here's how this goes. When you go insane, you get an insane condition. You discard all of your horror. You discard all of your horror that are face down. Damn it. Now I'm mad. And I'm not going to share this with you, but it does say, for my insane condition, look at the back of this card, but do not reveal it to the other investigators. Okay. Okay, it is now It is now Amanda's turn, and Amanda needs to solve this puzzle. Amanda, solve this puzzle. I have to retrieve the components. So I need to still disrupt this ritual. Ah, crap. Using your gut and scraps of knowledge you have gathered, you attempt to remove the items. Lore. One, two. I may discard any number of evidence, and I do have some evidence. I have a brass key. I have incriminating evidence, so I will discard an incriminating evidence to turn this clue into a success. 1, 2, 3, confirm. Carefully performing each step, you remove the components from the ritual circle. Almost immediately, some of the malign energy seems to fade from the air around you. You have put an end to the cult's vile scheme. Gain the ritual component unique item. Oh. Ritual component unique item. Ritual components. Got them. Then discard this interact token. Okay. This ritual component says a collection of eerie objects to be used for some nefarious ritual. And it is evidence. So now I will continue. Uh-oh. The investigation is complete and the investigators escape the mansion with the ritual component's unique item. Investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. If an investigator escapes the mansion with the ritual component unique item, investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. Place the explorer token as indicated. Okay. Crap. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Crap. Nope, not going to work. I have to kill that witch. So, Rita is going to move into the space. She's going to attack the witch with her sledgehammer, which is a heavy weapon. You swing the weapon back and forth, but your foe continues to elude you. Your muscles strain and you begin to tire as you struggle to continue your onslaught. Will. Ugh. Her will is 4. She has plenty of things. Ah, son of a gun. I need a success of 2. Fortunately, I can spend a clue token, change this into a success. If you pass, your foe slows before you do. The monster suffers damage equal to your weapon's damage, which is 2. 1, 2. If you fail, you're forced to cease your attack and regain your strength. Okay. For Rita's second action, God, this is going to be so close. She's going to attack the witch again with a heavy weapon. You whirl your body around, weapon outstretched. As you come around, you release the weapon, launching it towards your enemy. Again, this is with the sledgehammer. Agility, which is 4. Son of a gun. 1 success. If you fail, you release the weapon too early and it spins out of reach. Drop your weapon. So this is the sledgehammer gets dropped in that space. Dang it, I thought we'd kill that witch. All right, that is everybody's actions, and we're going to end the investigator phase and go into the mythos phase. Electricity crackles in the air. The mythos events affects each investigator in the kitchen. Aha! Nobody in the kitchen. No effect. The monster attacks and move. She's already in a space to attack 2 investigators. And she's going to attack the one with the highest strength, which is going to be Rita. So the monster attacks. With a lurid grin, the witch gestures and brilliant purple lightning plays across the space between you. Suffer 3 face-down damage. Agility -1 negates. So 2. So if you suffer 2 or more damage, so she only suffers 1 face down damage. Okay. Continue. And, oh, the monster moves 1 space towards the nearest investigator. It needs to break through. Okay, so no investigator in the space or adjacent. So it's going to move 2, so it still needs to bust through. I don't know if I did that right. Oh, not good. Remember, if the monster rolled 2 or more successes, the barricade is discarded and the monster moves as normal. This is what I was afraid of. 1, 2. All right, we still have, we need a horror check. So the only horror check that we have to perform is against the witch. And everybody has to do it. The witch gestures. The blood bubbles up from the ground at your feet. Will. All right, so let's start with left to right Rita. So her will is 4. See, she doesn't have anything that affects. Oh, I do have a Holy Cross. Roll 1 additional die while resolving a will test. We have 1 success and 3 clues. I'm going to spin that clue, change that into a success. If you pass, you ignore the gruesome pool. If you fail, the smell fills your nose. All right, Amanda's turn. Amanda has a will of 4. That's a horror check, not a... It's a horror check, not a monster attack. So she's going to roll 4. Oh, son of a gun. She's not even focused. Son of a gun. All right. No, this isn't. All right. Suffer 1 horror and become dazed. Suffer 1 horror and become dazed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's dazed once again, which means you cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. Fortunately, we don't have to do that. And now it is Joe's turn. All right, we're going to Okay. All right, it is Amanda's turn now. She has the ritual component items. She is dazed. You cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. At the end of your turn, convert this. So, Amanda only has 2 moves. So what she's going to do is she's going to move 1. she is going to use her trade action to give the ritual components to Rita, ending her turn. She's no longer dazed. She's smart enough to do that before she went all crazy kablooey. And now it's Rita's turn. Rita, remember, may move one additional space as part of her move action. 1. This is a door. 2, 3. Oops, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I went back. How do I? Nah. I screwed that up. I was in the investigator phase. All right, so she's here now, and I'm going to click on that. The mansion's front door is just in front of you. The investigation is completed. If investigator escapes the mansion with the ritual component unique item, investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. You can escape only if you have the ritual component's unique item, which Rita does right here in her hand. Escape action. You throw open the door and flee into the night, carrying the proof of Vanderbilt's heinous crimes with you. The investigation is complete. Each investigator wins the game unless an effect, such as an insane condition, specifies otherwise. Well, let's see. Joe has an investigator effect, but his says you win or lose the game as normal on the back. Can't tell you what the rest of it says. Congratulations, we win. Oh, I'm so happy about that. You burst through the front door of the mansion and run for your vehicle, desperately clutching the components from the ritual site, incontrovertible evidence of the cult and proof of their connection to the disappearances. Your vehicle sputters and slides as you accelerate down the uneven drive. If you can make it to the police department alive, the cult will surely be destroyed. Suddenly a Groot jumps out of the darkness and kills you. You smash through the gates at the end of the drive and careen out into the road, leaving the Vanderbilt estate far behind you. The end. Holy crap. Won that. That, be honest, is the first time I have won this game. This is the 5th or 6th time I have played this, and I won. I don't think I messed up, or if I did, let me know. Yeah, Rita, I like Rita a lot, and I like Amanda because she's the puzzle solver. So Joe is the cannon fodder, which you'll notice I left Joe right there in front of the monster. So if something prevented Rita from opening that door or blocked her way or something like that, Joe could have taken on the giant worm monster. So there you go. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. That was, I didn't record this. Oh well. That was Monsters of Madness 2.0. Look for more Monsters of Madness action on the Major Spoilers channel. And we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.